Farintin Nur Hisham. My metric number is 02DTM23F1092. Today we will be discussing a topic that is becoming increasingly critical in our modern world, which is problems associated with wastewater. Wastewater, any water that has been used and is no longer clean, such as water from homes, business, or industrial process. It is something we often overlook, yet it plays a large role in our daily lives and our environment. Every time we use water in every sector, it becomes wastewater. But what happens after that? The problem is, first, economic impact. Second, health hazards. Third, social and aesthetic issue. Fourth, soil contamination. And last but not least, environmental issues. In this presentation, we will explore the cause and consequence to the growing issues. The first problem associated with wastewater is economic impact. Untreated or poorly managed wastewater leads to significant economic losses across multiple sectors. High overall economic costs. Wastewater pollution creates long-term financial burdens on governments, industries, and communities. The cumulative cost of damage to health, environment, and productivity can significantly slow economic growth and development. Next, increased healthcare expenses. Contaminated water leads to the spread of waterborne diseases like cholera, typhoid, and diarrhea. Treating this illness puts heavy pressure on public health systems, especially in low-income regions, and increases national healthcare expenditure. Next, loss of agricultural productivity. Wastewater contaminates soil and irrigation water, reducing crop quality and yield. This leads to lower farm incomes, food insecurity, and higher prices for consumers, disrupting the economy at multiple levels. Plus, high cost of water treatment and restorations. Governments are forced to spend large amounts on cleaning polluted water bodies, restoring damaged ecosystems, and building or upgrading wastewater treatment facilities. This cost could be minimized through early investment in proper wastewater infrastructure.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Nur Jazlina binti Miswan. My number metric F1077. Okay, for the next part is a health hazard. The presence of dangerous microorganisms like bacteria, viruses, and parasites in sewage and wastewater can present serious health hazards. Numerous ailments such as gastrointestinal, skin infections, maybe more serious conditions like hepatitis A and B, and leptospirosis can be brought on by these microbes. In addition, direct contact with polluted water sources, wastewater, or even airborne microorganisms can result in exposure. Okay, now let's take a look one by one at the issues in health hazards. First, gastrointestinal illnesses such as diarrhea, vomiting, cramping in the stomach, and fever can be caused by bacteria such as Shigella, Salmonella, and E. coli, as well as viruses and parasites. Skin infections can result from germs being introduced into cuts of or abrasions by contact with water that has been contaminated. Third, viral illnesses such as hepatitis A and B can be spread by contact with sewage and can cause inflammations on the liver and other problems. Last but not least, leptospirosis, which is a disease brought on a bacteria in animal urine and in rare instances more severe side effects including cancer or birth problems can also result from sewage exposure. Next, who can get the risk of health hazards? First, wastewater treatment plant workers. Workers in treatment facilities are exposed to a variety of poisonous and corrosive materials such as sulfur dioxide, ammonia, and chlorine. If employees don't take the right actions, this chemical might cause the serious health problems. These compounds can cause long-term health issues, chemical burns, and respiratory issues if inhaled, consumed, or come into contact with the skin. Second, individuals who live in areas with poor sanitation or contaminated water sources. Absent inadequate or inappropriately managed water and sanitation services expose individuals to preventable health risks. This is particularly the case in healthcare facilities where both patients and staff are placed at additional risk of infection and disease when water, sanitation, and hygiene services are lacking. Ability and loss of libido. Severity of symptoms seems to be dose related. That's all from part of health hazard.
Social and aesthetic problems arise from foul odor, visual pollution, and dirty surroundings caused by untreated wastewater discharge. This can negatively impact the quality of life for local residents, requires property value and creative comfort within the community. Related areas also become less attractive to tourism.
For environmental pollution, first point is water pollution, which include chemical contamination, which is wastewater often contains harmful chemicals like detergent, heavy metal, and industrial solvents. When discharged into rivers, lakes, or oceans without proper treatment, these substances poison aquatic life and disrupt ecosystem. Next, microbial pollution. Pathogens in sewage contaminated water can impact aquatic organisms and also pose a risk to animals and humans that come into contact with or consume the water. For a second point is eutrophication. Wastewater is rich in nutrients, especially nitrogen and phosphorus from fertilizers, detergents, and human or animal waste. These nutrients cause rapid algae growth in water bodies. When algae die and decompose, it consumes large amount of oxygen, creating dead zones where aquatic life can't survive. This not only kills fish and other organisms but also affects biodiversity and food chains. For the third point is groundwater contamination. Poorly managed wastewater, especially from septic tanks or leaking sewage lines, can seep into the ground and contaminate aquifers and wells. Contaminated groundwater is harder and more expensive to clean and can remain polluted for years. And for the last point is harm to aquatic ecosystems. Toxic substances in wastewater can kill fish, amphibians, and invertebrates. Even low concentrations of pollutants can affect reproductive systems, growth, and behavior of aquatic organisms. Over time, sensitive species disappear, and only pollution-tolerant species survive, reducing biodiversity.
issues have wide-ranging impacts in terms of economic losses, burden healthcare, farming, and tourism. Moreover, health hazards threaten communities. Plus, social and aesthetic issues affect quality of life. Furthermore, soil contamination harms agriculture. Last but not least, environmental damage affects ecosystem. Effective wastewater management is essential for protecting health, the environment, and economic stability. That's all from me. Thank you.